Here we go, here we go. We're back in SNRF country. It has been 3 weeks, just short of 3 weeks. I believe we're 2 days short of 3 weeks since I set up my camera trap, and 3 weeks is about what I figure I can get out of those batteries. It'll go a little longer, but flashes will start failing and you'll miss stuff. So I want to check at about the 3 week mark. I'm packing a new set of batteries, and my intent is just to get the memory card, see what's on there, and swap out batteries, because I really like this place, this spot that it's in. And 3 weeks is actually not very long in camera trap terms, so we're gonna leave it a while longer, see if anything comes and perches on that rock, which would be very cool. So let's see what we see. I'm gonna poke around in that neighborhood, I think, a little bit more, and see what else is there as far as terrain. I think there's some potential a little further uphill from that area, and kind of want to see what's there. So I think there's a chance there'll be more spots like that that'll be pretty good in the rocks. So anyway, we will find out in a minute here what showed up over the last couple weeks. This is kind of a cool area right here with all this deadfall, all these logs. You know, these are like a critter highway on top of those. I'm liking this. This would be a good spot. Kind of coming up from a different angle here, but that high point is where the camera's pointing at, so I'm kind of below all that rocky stuff. I saw some human tracks a minute ago. I'm hoping no people found me and messed with my stuff, but we shall see. Still some snow hanging out. There's my backlight flash. Just the fact that that's still here is huge. The hole. I got a trail cam over there I gotta check. This is the most exciting part right here of camera trapping. So the what if? What is on there? What's on the memory card? Everything's good. Triggers still pointing where it was. That was the one mystery, was the trigger. Ooh, I'm still getting flash. That was good. Let's see what's on there. All right, I'm tied here. My little stick is working like a charm. So the fact that I was still getting flashes from it looked like all 3 flashes, that could be good or bad. It might mean the thing didn't get tripped for 3 weeks straight, you know? But it could mean that the batteries are just holding out. There we are. No telling. Remember, we had bats in that little cave. So could have some bats. Got a, whoop. Over here I saw something. Yeah, looks like a flapping critter, some kind of bat or something. Ground squirrel. Could have had some insects or something crawling on the trigger also. That happens. Might be a bat like landing or a... I don't know, I'm gonna have to check that out on the computer. Yeah, that's a bat. Check that out, that's cool. The frame before. Picking bugs off the rocks. So far we've got some amazing portraits of ground squirrels, which is cool. I'm gonna keep rifling through these and I'll show you anything cool. But a lot of good triggers, a lot of not a lot of, it looks like false trigger action, which is perfect. But nothing amazing yet. I've got a couple hundred pictures on here, it looks like. So bats, squirrels, moths, nothing large and exciting yet. All right, I've been all the way through and nothing exciting. I mean, the bats were cool, but we got a bunch of squirrels. It was like little golden mantled ground squirrels and some gray squirrels and some moths and bats, and that's about it. If I'm getting any false triggers, my triggers here, it could be from shadows moving on the rocks in front. I don't know, there's not much I can do about that really, because I like the way it's triggering. It got me 3 weeks and it's still firing, so I think I'm going to reload. I'm going to put new batteries and everything and go with it for longer. I still feel like it's a sweet spot. Yeah, unless I stumble on something amazing here in the next few minutes, but I think I'll leave it. Peek over the edge, see what the snow's doing. Just got a little bit of snow down there. I still got my trail camera over there. I'm gonna go check real quick, and then I'm gonna go explore up there a little bit and see if I can find anything interesting. But let's go check that trail cam. All right, there is nothing on here, man. There's 3 videos, and it's all me setting it up and then coming back just now. So very quiet. So maybe I'll take this guy with me and we'll go explore up the hill a little bit, see if I can find a new place to put it. But this place has been pretty dead. Interesting. All right, fresh batteries and everything, and I still feel good about that spot. I mean, 3 weeks is, like I said, not very much time. I'm kind of bummed the trail camera didn't get any activity at all. That's a bad sign, obviously. So they're not hanging out. Well, nothing's hanging out in that area right now. But man, it's such a prime spot, prime photo, and I got nothing else better to go on at this point, so going with it. Rugged country, man. I'm hoping to find something up in the rocks up here that's similarly, you know, promising. But just poking around. I've got that trail camera with me, and I've got new batteries in it also. So that could have been part of the issue with that thing. Batteries were at like a half, which usually isn't a problem. So the more likely thing is that nothing came by. So we'll go with that. But I'm hoping to just find a couple more spots and GPS mark them and set up a trail camera for a little look-see. See if we get anything exciting. My ribs feeling quite a bit better, by the way. Thanks for asking. Still sore. Hurts to sneeze, hurts to cough, hurts to lift stuff on that side. But I'll be all right. Definitely improving. So we're like 4 weeks and I'm still feeling it. Don't hurt your ribs, kids. This is cool. Big flat area. So looking around with the big lens on the fancy camera, that rock face over there has a cave in it, or at least an overhang. It looks like it's pretty dark though. That's some shelter for a critter. Oh, you see that bird flying by? That was a Clark's nutcracker. They're responsible for planting like all of these white pines. They get the seeds and they bury little stashes all over the place, and they forget where they buried them, and then the forest grows. Like that's kind of a true story. Pretty crazy. Another true story, they're named after Clark of Lewis and Clark, right? Well, I forget his first name. You got Meriwether Lewis. Bill? I can't think of Clark's first name. I'm a horrible history teacher. But anyway, there's a group that wants to change the name of the bird because Clark of Lewis and Clark owned a slave, which is well documented. His name was York. He went on the Lewis and Clark expedition. There goes that bird again. But yeah, so they want to name it like some other guy's nutcracker, which seems kind of dumb, but you know, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go check that cave out and maybe put a camera over there. Probably go all the way around this way. That was your history lesson for the day. Hold on, I just thought of it. It's William. So I was actually right when I said Bill. So don't make fun of me. William Clark, Meriwether Lewis. There you go. That's fun. Some crazy rocks. Doesn't look very deep. But definitely some shelter spots in there for like pika or I don't know, Sierra Nevada red fox. Anybody else? This would be a spot that would hold water also in the winter time, or I mean in the fall. when everything else melts off, there'll be water in there. Might be a cool spot to put a camera. This whole area is like riddled with holes in the rocks. Little shelters and like that. Where is it? That looks promising. Something's going in and out of there. Little path going in. I mean, there's a big hole there, but there's definitely some shelter under there. Looks like another little skylight up there. That's interesting. I may have to put that camera here. This whole area is full of little caves. I'll keep looking a little bit. Everywhere you look, there's another cave or shelter or potential place for small mammals to be hanging out. It's just that kind of country. It's why they live here. There's one here. There's one up there. Just they're everywhere. There's a spot just down below me where there's standing water. Snowmelt is creating a little pool, and I think I'm gonna set the trail cam up there if I can figure out a way to mount it. Because water source is always good. So see what shows up. But let's go back down to that spot and see what we see. I think that's what it's gonna be. I kind of am excited to see what shows up, but I don't know how I would mount a camera trap up here, but it's all rock. You find like a log and drag it down there to mount my trail cam on. Some dead wood somewhere. But there's some snow here. There's like a puddle forming kind of down there, which I think is it's the only standing water I've seen, so stuff will stop and get a drink. So we'll see what shows up. All right, for the next week or two, this is going to be a nice little puddle. And it's a fairly rare spot that's like that. So any critter cruising by is going to stop and drink out of that. I found this stick. I'm going to somehow tuck it back here in these rocks and put a trail cam on this spot. All right, here we go. My water hole. I got this stick lodged. It's like pinched in there and really solid. Trail cam mounted to that. Just kind of looking like that. So I bet we'll get something here. That snow will last another few days at least, so maybe longer, and we'll see what we see. We got 3 weeks of camera, trap battery. Come back up and check it then, probably, unless we get a chance to sneak up beforehand. But I might bring up a few more trail cameras then and kind of scatter some in this area, because this is prime country for sure. So, but I haven't stumbled on any like obvious signs. So anyway, we'll keep looking. I'm gonna get out of here before the thunderstorm. So hit the road. All right, fun tracks right here. Definitely like a canine foot shape. And they're close enough together. There's like 4 of them right here that are too close for a coyote. I mean, you can't make out toes or anything, but you got pretty clear heel pad, and then 1, 2, 3, the 4 digits. kind of going off. Are pretty faint, but that's either a small coyote or a fox. So that's encouraging. I'm just down from where I just set that camera up. So they've been through. The more you wander around and look at potential places you could set up a camera, the more you realize how much of a needle in a haystack quest you're on. You know, it's hard not to be discouraged, but you know, I go back to just the simple fact that if you're gonna get the photo, you got to be out here trying to get the photo. Like, if you get overwhelmed and just don't put a camera out, you have zero chance of getting the picture you want. You know, the one that gets the photo is going to be the one that's out here trying. And there's a million potential places to put a camera, and that's a good thing. You know, you pick the right one at the right time in the right light, and the magic will happen. So, hey, look. I don't know what kind of poo that is, but got some like hairy stuff in it. Anyway, I go back to the gray wolf shot, and I think there was a, you know, 1 in a million shot of getting a wolf in one of their, you know, little trails in a 500 square mile range. And I got it because I was out there trying. So we'll keep trying the foxes and we'll get them. This might be another season or two, but we'll get them. Patience, grasshopper.